Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I make these custom fondant cake plaques. I use them to write out the birthday cake recipient's name or some messages, congratulations, happy birthday. For example, they're really a nice and decorative way to customize your cake messages. I'll be using fondant, some sprinkles, cutters, alphabet embossing stamp sets, and some silicone molds to create some fondant decorations. I often make these just in solid colors as well, but it's kind of fun to marble the colors. I like to choose a few that are in the same color family together. I have some greens and blues here. Roll them together over and over and over. And then once you're happy with the amount they're mixed, you don't want to mix entirely because then you'll just get another solid color. Roll it out using your rolling pin and you can see some of the marbling of the different colors. Next, I'm going to write out part of my message. The particular embossing stamp sets I'm using here are from my shop, custombakingbyaaron.com. I'll add the link to the description in the video here, and it's also in my bio if you're interested in any of those. And then I'm using a round decorative plaque cutter. I do often use plaque type shapes to cut out my plaques, but I also often use circles, squares, hexagons. Lots of shapes can make really nice custom plaques. I often like to mix fonts, large and small, script and plain text fonts. It adds a little interest. The smaller fonts, you can fit more words and text, of course, if you have a very long message. The larger fonts are nice to emphasize a word or a name. And I'm even using a third font here just to emphasize the year. This is for a church's fundraising festival, so I often like to use silicone molds to make little decorative elements as well. I coated the mold with some Crisco, shortening with my finger. This helps the cross and the decorative piece to slide out easily. And I'm just covering it with the little silver highlighter dust. I use water, just a little bit of water I'm brushing on here when I attach fondant pieces together. I also use this mold often. It's got some roses and other flower types, just to add a little more decoration to the plaque. Again, rubbing a little shortening on the molds and they pop right out. I'll also often use sprinkles or very small candies to decorate my plaques too. Before the plaque is totally dried and hardened, when it's still a little pliable, I brush a little water and then press the larger sprinkles right into the fondant and they'll stay put and put as the fondant dries. I use this sprinkle mix on the cake itself as well, so I wanted them to coordinate. I'll often paint in the embossed text with some edible metallic paints. I have a few different brands and types I like in my Amazon storefront if you're looking for some. You can also mix luster dust or pearl dust with an extract or an alcohol source to make a paint. Otherwise, if you'd like a solid color, I'll often use gel coloring also with an alcohol or an extract source to make a paint that way too. I'm using a very fine tip brush, and I've added a few of these to my Amazon storefront if you need some. I'll find them at craft stores occasionally or on Amazon, but you'll need a very, very fine tip brush to get into the small fonts that are embossed. Here's the final look. And then, of course, make sure you've made some space on your cake for it on the top or the front. I'll also do a tutorial on how to make them into stand-up toppers as well. Thank you for watching!